Doc Holliday. The name itself conjures images of smoky saloons, deadly gunfights, and unwavering loyalty beside Wyatt Earp. We know the legend, the consumptive dentist-turned-gambler and gunman, forever linked to the shootout at the OK Corral. But legends often overshadow the rougher, earlier chapters. What if I told you that long before Tombstone, deep in the heart of rowdy Texas, a deadly card game confrontation forged the lethal reputation that would follow Doc for the rest of his short life? This wasn't the OK Corral. This might have been his first kill. Stick around as we explore this forgotten piece of Doc Holliday's violent past, right here on the Forgotten History Channel.
Put your hands up for stories untold, echoes of glory and hearts so bold. We dig deeper where the truth will glow. Forgotten history, let the rhythm flow.
Our story takes place around 1877 in Fort Griffin, Texas. Forget sanitized Hollywood westerns. Fort Griffin, or the Flat, as the settlement near the military post was known, was the real deal. A rough, sprawling collection of saloons, gambling dens, and crude shelters teeming with soldiers, buffalo hunters thick with trail dust, cattle drivers, outlaws, and fortune seekers. Law was scarce and life was cheap. And into this chaotic mix steps John Henry Doc Holliday. Even here he likely stood out, educated, well-dressed for a gambler, but with a dangerous cough and eyes that missed nothing. Like many nights, Doc found himself at a card table. Poker on the frontier wasn't just a game, it was a test of nerve, skill, and sometimes survival. Stakes were high, tempers were short, and accusations of cheating could easily turn deadly. At Doc's table this night sat a man named Ed Bailey, another gambler known around Fort Griffin, likely a rougher sort, perhaps used to getting his way. The game progressed, tension mounting with the pot. According to accounts, Bailey wasn't just playing, he was peeking. He was looking at the discards, the dead wood, a serious breach of card table etiquette, essentially cheating. Doc, ever observant, supposedly warned him calmly, "That doesn't go." But Bailey, perhaps emboldened by whiskey or his own reputation, ignored the warning. He did it again. For Doc Holliday, a man of Southern breeding who lived by a certain code, even amidst lawlessness, this was an intolerable offense. What happened next cemented Doc Holliday's reputation. Accounts vary, as they often do in these frontier tales. Some say Bailey made a move for a gun. Others say Doc simply acted on the second offense. What most agree on is that Doc didn't hesitate. With chilling speed, he drew his pistol, or perhaps, as some versions claim, a knife, and lunged or fired. Bailey went down hard. The smoky saloon fell into a stunned silence, broken only by Doc's ragged cough. Shooting a man, even a cheating gambler, still brought consequences, even in Fort Griffin. Doc was quickly apprehended by local lawmen. But his time in custody was short-lived. Here enters another figure of legend, Mary Catherine Horney, better known as Big Nose Kate, Doc's fiery, on-again, off-again companion. Some stories claim Kate, perhaps fearing a lynch mob was forming, created a diversion, maybe setting a fire, allowing Doc to escape. Others doubt this dramatic tale. Regardless of the specifics, Doc Holliday didn't stick around. He and Kate rode out of Fort Griffin, leaving Bailey's fate and the smoking gun behind, but taking with them a newly hardened, deadly reputation. The Fort Griffin shooting, whether it was self-defense, a defense of gambler's honor, or something colder, became a foundational piece of the Doc Holliday legend. It was whispered about in saloons across the West. It marked him as a man not to be trifled with. Years before the Earps and the OK Corral brought him national notoriety. This early brutal encounter, often lost in the shadow of Tombstone, reveals the dangerous path Holliday was already treading, a path paved with cards, coughs, and colts. It reminds us that behind every legend, there's often a darker, forgotten history waiting to be uncovered. What do you think really happened that night in Fort Griffin? Was it Doc's first kill? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this dive into the forgotten corners of the Wild West engaging, give us a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the Forgotten History channel and ring that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration. Thanks for watching.